and now everybody knows exactly where I'm at. It's so dumb. It is. It's the one thing, like, dude, you can't start with AI being just like, oh, he shot a gun. Know where he's at. Going right to him. I mean, are those zombies going after? Dear God, with this fucking game, bro. Now there's dogs. Sure, they spawned. Sure, they did. Oh, they might. So I mean, like, I don't mind there being a bunch of shit, but don't just oh, it's there. There today, not tomorrow. Yeah, structured difficulty over random difficulty any day. Because at least it's something that you can learn from. You can't learn from, well, we spawned 3 enemies here, 2 enemies here, none for an hour, then 88 enemies here, and 2 dogs and 4 cats, and you can't just, like, be like, oh, well, it's whatever the hell it is. Because then like I said, you're creating a difficulty that doesn't exist. They always know where I'm at. It's so cheap. This is the cheapest form of AI. They just know. They just know. They can guarantee I'm still here and didn't jump off the back. So yeah, I 100% can't wait for them to actually fix things. Or add AI, because this is not, like, just very, very poorly done. Sucks. I love it. Damn. Originals were, it's becoming a thing where it's better to just wait on games than it is to support devs. Let's make sure devs can even finish the game. Because if the normalization is that, oh, well, we got to support struggling developers, well, then everybody becomes a struggling developer because everyone's willing to pay for it before it ever comes out, or even, even in its current situation. So it's a little shitty that a game can go gold and still be in such a horrible, state of play. Because that makes me lose faith in the whole idea of going gold. It means nothing to me. Cool, you did something on console. How about the whole game across the board? Like, oh, the whole game isn't gone gold? Okay. It's not stable across the board? Okay. Then maybe we shouldn't say we've gone gold when we've really just gone bronze. We're getting there. We got a bunch of stuff to add that we didn't add. Literally didn't add a life system. No, it's in the game, they say, but you can't prove it. Like, I can't prove that a life is in the game. They can say it, but I can't really prove it. Uh-oh. It's like, it's also what makes me think about playing free-to-play games and such. Like, the reason free-to-play games are so valuable is because it's no investment to find out whether or not it's a good game or not. So to me, like, I understand why, why there are gacha games. Now, gacha games are a little bit different, but I understand why there are free-to-play games, because it's like proving yourself. Listen, we're going to make a free game, and everyone's going to love it, but we want to prove to you that we can make a game that works, and then we'll come out with a retail game and show you that, okay, yes, we figured this out, we know what to do, now we got to charge pricing because, it takes a lot of work, but we've proven ourselves. So something like that, like to have a proven product first is really what we should be looking at when it comes to game development, and not really go down this road of supporting just new developers or developers that have created something 20 years ago that was popular over the 20 years that it's been out. So S.T.A.L.K.E.R on release wasn't a big hit, and S.T.A.L.K.E.R never really managed to be a big hit ever in streaming until the communities and everything from modding and speedrunning became a thing. But even still, S.T.A.L.K.E.R never hit any peak situation where it was like, dude, everybody's playing Stalker right now. So it's a great game. It's a great idea, but we can't deny that Stalker's never actually been at the height of any sort of record player base, amount of people streaming, the amount, trending on Twitter or trending on X or Facebook or anything like that. Stalker is great, but it's good for the mass amount of people who don't do anything with it. Like it's. So we always have to take that into account. Well, why are the Stalker 1 games so great? Well, because they're the only ones and they've been out for 17 years. So Stalker 2 could become a really, really, really good addition. Just right now it feels like they just remade their originals with better graphics. I don't feel like we got a new Stalker or let's say an addition to the Stalker originals other than story and some basic mechanics and such. Alright, what's up, Zoom? There's gonna be a patch. The AI spawn issues. Yeah, and I'm trying to curb my anger for this stuff right now because I do understand that there's, they're gonna fix some things and they've already stated, I'm trying to keep up with the data of things that they've said are broken with the game. They're going to be fixing. This first patch is going to be pretty big and it's going to fix a lot of the issues, like the base issues, quality of life, performance is coming. Like the first patch is apparently going to be pretty big. It's going to fix a lot, it's going to help a lot, it's going to give a lot. The hardest part is putting up with this stuff for as long as we are. And they can come upstairs, right? Oh, that is the way out. So here's what we're... Oh, come over here, guys. Oh, I'm encumbered too. Shit. I'm hoping I get a weight increase sometime soon. If I can get it up to like 100, I think that'll be good. Like I'm always like I want to be able to carry this without being in yellow yet. Excuse me. Like I want green to be longer, but yellow and red to be smaller. So it's like once you're in yellow, you're pretty much in red. Like you're right at the cusp of it. So cut this in half, make this green, get me up to 60, 70, and then anything above that. That would be nice. Oh, you can fucking climb stairs. Well, there goes that test. Hey, dude. What's up? Got some dogs over here. Boring, 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 boring. Horrible AI, horrible pathing. I mean, this stems from the original game, too. The dynamic world is screwing with the AI, unfortunately. Nothing new. Yeah. I mean, like, and you know, I'm not going to take away from the fact that the AI pathing is still very poor in the game. Like, or at least the mutant pathing. Maybe not guys with guns, but the dogs and stuff, like, you'll catch them scrunching up into themselves because they U-turn into themselves. Like, they stop and roll inward, and you'll watch their body rotate in a single position. It's like, ugh, no dog does that. There should be some leeway to the dog moving left or right and coming at you, and like dogs don't juke moving like they're a football player, fucking wide receiver. I got the ball. Like they make dogs and mutants in this game seem like they're fucking pro football players. Aren't they stupid animals, creatures that are just like, something there, let me eat you, rawr. No, they're like, let me eat you over here, here, jump, move, turn around, run away, come back. And you're just like, who the fuck designed that? What AI or what sort of pathing control do you think this is? Humans are really stupid. We can't slide, we can't dodge, we can't vault, I can't climb fences and such. This is too big to climb. So it's like there's certain characteristics where I'm like, I can't be a human, but the mutants can literally be mutants. They can jump, they can squeeze, they can slide, they can crawl, they can juke, but I can't juke. There's literally no way as a human in Stalker games for you to juke. Like, I don't need a dodge roll to the ground, but a quick, oh shit, you missed me. Ooh, that was close. Use my stamina for that. I'm okay with that. That makes sense. So, like I said, if there were more basic human capabilities in the Stalker world, most of this wouldn't be an issue because it would be about learning. Like, okay, I gotta dodge these guys at the last second. I gotta run for a little bit, turn around, shoot, and then dodge or something. Like, so right now it's just wait until the enemy, the dogs or the mutants hit you, the rats, dogs, and all that stuff, and then shoot them and then run. Because you're more than likely going to miss just because they run like this. And you're just like, that. What the fuck is that? What is that? That's not even, I love the Stalker world, the Stalker universe, but the way they have this, coded right now is, it's very unfortunate. I love shooting some mutants. I love killing me some thugs. But thugs shouldn't know how to handle a gun better than a Stalker. Thugs shouldn't be stronger than a Stalker. If I headshot somebody with a hoodie on, they should die. So I understand it's veteran, it's the hardest difficulty, but it is also a game about guns, and if I shoot somebody in the head and they're wearing a hoodie, they die. So it's rough because so many aspects need to be reconfigured for this to work. So many. It's a great game, but they are going to have to pull out all the stops. Redo the AI, redo the loot, difficulty, life, gunplay, damage, like everything needs to be reworked. And I don't know if if A life is the only reason the game runs like this, and that's why, it's hard to hit certain creatures, or it takes, 12 shots to kill a bloodsucker, 12 shotgun rounds to kill a bloodsucker. It's nice to be able to get headshots all the time, but it can't be guaranteed, so I'd really like it to move towards a more strategic, more human form of being able to do things. Like, I should be able to climb this wall. There's absolutely no reason I can't climb this wall as a human being. You're telling me I can't? So, again, I just want to be a basic human being. I've played paintball. I've watched people do the drills for war and stuff, for going to war. You can slide, you can Superman, you can dodge, you can juke. You know what I mean? Like, you can lean without showing off your shoulder. You know what I mean? Like, so there's certain characteristics to gaming that I'm really hoping in the future we start to bite down on and completely change. Why would I ever peek a corner with my shoulder first? Why would I do this? Why would... No, I would do this. Let me peek that corner. Huh. I would never do this. Oh, let me shoulder first. So it's animation, you know, animations like that like, it gets me. Because when you do this around a corner, I might not be able to see the guy that's right here, but he can see my shoulder. So now he's shooting me, but I can't even see where he's at. That needs to go. Because there's no situation in which I would ever lean out my shoulder before I get to peek. Why would I let somebody know? I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, and now you can see me. So it's like, hey, here's my shoulder, wait for my hood. It's a complete strategy that I would never use as a basic human being. I don't have any military background. I'm just a basic guy who works on computers and worked on laser engravers and such. Yet I understand the basic fundamentals of don't fucking peek with your body first before you've been able to see if anything's there. Because why would you let someone know? Like, if I'm going to die, I might as well die because somebody was a good shot and they caught me peeking with my head. I don't want to die because somebody saw my shoulder and waited for my dumb ass to peek my head second. So those characteristics of gaming need to go. Even in Tarkov, it is stupid to peek a corner with your shoulder first. It makes no sense. You wouldn't do it in the military. You wouldn't do it in the police academy. So I have no understanding where any developer of today gets this idea that, yes, you should be leaning shoulder first, then head. I want to know where they get it from. Because I've never seen an example where that's what you're supposed to do. I've seen competitions. I've watched paintball. I've played paintball. I've watched military drills. They never tell you shoulder first, then head. You need to peek a corner. You peek with your face. How else are you going to see? You're going to give away... Like I said, it's weird to think you would give away your position. Alright, where the fuck am I going? How do I get in there? All the way up here? Sorry, I don't remember everything about this game. Yeah, there's definitely a lot I can't wait for, but I'm not quite sure it's all tied to the A-Life system. And that's that's one of my worries. Is there just no way to get there, or can I get out this window? Most games have the gun aimed down right when peeking corners, so not only is your arm is exposed, your gun is too. I mean, see, that's the funny part, because here. 1 second. Are you ready? So what you see? What do you see? What do you see down my gun? Down the barrel of my gun. What do you see? Shoulders tucked. As soon as I come out, I'm shooting. I'm shooting. You would never do this. Notice, look. If you look from back, my gun sticks out further. So when I'm ready to shoot, and when I'm ready to see something, it's literally where my gun is. Straight up. My shoulder doesn't stick out. Why would you ever carry a gun like this? Why would you do that? I don't understand it. So that's what I don't get. In S.T.A.L.K.E.R, you're doing this. Should be doing this. So they do this. This is how you play in S.T.A.L.K.E.R. I do this. Way different. So I don't know how many developers get out there and shoot guns and do, play some paintball or whatever, but I can definitely say that they're not. They haven't done anything like military-wise, that's for sure. And neither have I, but I've played games, I've played paintball, and it's just surprising to me that somebody would think that was a strategy. Alright, I'm supposed to be getting somewhere, right? Okay, yeah. Can't remember how you get to that spot. I might have to just redo the save. We've been running around for a while now. No, one game your eyesight was actually the barrel of the gun. Down sight. Battlefield games was usually the lean like you described. PUBG is guilty of that shit. And, I understand it's hard to create those types of animations, but I wouldn't think it's impossible either to just move. Even if my character's doing straight, just move it so that when I'm leaning, you just move the camera from my character's position. Now there's enemies. Alright, we're gonna leave this stash because I don't exactly remember how to get up there. And we're also encumbered already? Shit. Yeah, this being encumbered every time I go to a build, like looting one building is encumbered. Like, I'll put it to you this way. I don't die because I'm encumbered. So why have it? The only thing that encumbrance makes hard about the game is that now it takes more time to do things. That's all it is. It's one thing that, like I said, if you can remove stamina from your game and you can balance your game around not having stamina, you're doing a good job. If you can balance your game around not having a weight system to dictate whether or not something is hard, long, or whatever, you're doing a good job. But the moment you have to start adding in mechanics that don't bear any meaning other than them being associated to just themselves. Like, yeah, I can't run fast, but I'm also not going to engage in a firefight now either. So it doesn't matter if I'm encumbered, there's enemies around, I will just restart the save and find a way out of it. So if I can completely negate the idea of weight ever being the reason I die, then why have it? Why have it? You're slowing down the enjoyment for your game by incorporating a mechanic that increases difficulty for people that don't have basic common sense of survival. Why would I go fight somebody encumbered? Oh, they're shooting at me. and you're still going to go fight them, then yes, you should die for that case. But again, speaking from the, or coming from the development side of it, I would think it would be better, worth more of your time to incorporate a better AI system, better loot system, damage system, than to incorporate weight as a means of difficulty, or eating food as a means of difficulty. Like, what are we really saying? My guy needs to eat bread 15 times a day? Are we real? Like, you know what I mean? So I don't mind basic human ideas. Yeah, we got to eat. I should be eating maybe twice in this game when I play it. Ever. You can add food mechanics. You can add drinking mechanics. But no human being should be eating every 10 minutes. That is, it's one thing that developers still to this day do not understand. None of them do. I don't know where they go. Oh, but you got to eat in the game so that you can stay healthy, and you got to remember to sleep too. And like, I get the sleep part, but motherfucker, I don't need to eat every 3 seconds. I don't need to drink every 3 seconds. And I don't feel like being encumbered means anything when I could just negate it through a file save manipulation. You know, it's the same as the death counter. The only reason I have deaths is because I can't click the F8 button quick enough when the game glitches or breaks. So if an enemy sees me before I see them and they get a headshot, it's not skill or strategy. I'm not able to see somebody that's able to see me through a wall or whatever. So I feel like having those types of mechanics in your game to add to the difficulty is not a good way of doing difficulty. The difficulty should be in the action that I have to do to put down the difficulty. You know? Like, well, how do I stop from being encumbered? Never carry anything. Well, that's not a good way to do gaming. You got a bunch of stuff in the game and you don't want us to use it. So I'm always like, there's certain aspects to game development I still don't understand where developers are coming from. Like, where they get their references of like, oh, this is good. Because I don't know, I don't hear people talk about it. Man, I love being encumbered in games. Like, no one talks about it being a good thing. So if no one's talking about it being a good thing, how does anyone think it's a good thing? Let's stop players from taking more loot. Alright, well, how does that increase difficulty? Well, it doesn't. You just now take more time to get the loot. That's all. So yeah, I feel like if you remove the weight system and you removed the food system, it wouldn't change anything about the game other than I'm now healing with medkits instead of food. You know, like let me play. I don't need to do you know, I don't want the game to be about mechanics. I want it to be about the gameplay. So I use mechanics to play, but in this game, the mechanics are anti-play. I gotta sleep. I gotta eat. I gotta drink. Okay, that's not playing. I'm not playing. So if you can incorporate, like, if they gave actual buffs rather than just temporary, then I could see eating and drinking. You know, eating a piece of bread, sausage, and maybe a vegetable every day would give you a buff in the game. But I could just eat bread or sausage or canned food. It doesn't matter. I could drink water. I could drink pop. It doesn't really matter. So I feel like the buffs that we do get are too minimal for them to actually prove any point in the game. So they help me in certain situations, but it's not to a point where I'm like, man, if I didn't have the water, I wouldn't be able to play this. Well, no, that's not true. Because the water just alleviates the time between my stamina, between my stamina running out. I can wait. I'm already doing that. So I don't think having time relative mechanics in the game are a good thing. Especially in a survival game. There's no timed mechanic. What are you talking about, timed? Yeah, so I don't know. Just not a fan of that idea. It's the combat. Maybe we'll see something change in the future. Paired. G36. Do I have 2 of those yet? I don't. Or not G36. Is it G36? GP37. Yeah, I only have 1 at the moment. Alright.